Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. This is Rob Abaya coming at you from the Chicago camp with a quick lesson. I titled this lesson, The Hormuz Blockade. I got this quick video. It was talking about what's going on over there with the Iranian flagship. And I wanted to, put some information on it. I want to add this. Well, first of all, I want to say this video is for teaching purposes only. Fair use, fair use. I'm not getting anything from it. This is just for teaching purposes only. I want to say that I don't believe a lot of what they're saying here about the U.S. stopping the Iranian flagship from going through. But nevertheless, this is what was. This is what they documented, and this is what they brought forth. That's what this whole news flash is about. But before I play the video, I want to read a quick scripture. The reason why all of this is happening is because the man that's in power now, I'm talking about Esau, aka Babylon the Great, they're trying to keep their hand on the earth because they feel that they're going to be in power. They're going to be ruling the earth forever. And the Lord said they're not, So that's their thoughts. Let me get a scripture to prove that. Let me go to Psalms 49, verse 11. It says, their inward thought is that their houses should continue forever and that their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So that's the spirit of this devil, is just to keep his hand on the earth and to steal as much as he can to stay in power. His rulership is coming to an end. All these other countries see him for who he really is, and their time is up. So anyway, let me go ahead and play this. Check this out. I don't believe all of it.
Information from US Central Command. They say that this Iranian flagship attempted to break the blockade and exit the Strait of Hormuz, but the US Navy vessel was able to redirect that ship, sending it back the way it came, back towards Iran. The US claims that its blockade is working, that no ships have managed to get through, and that it has now turned around 10 vessels. They've also released a clip of what they are sending out to ships if they try to break through. Take a listen.
The U.S. has announced a formal blockade of Iranian ports and coastal areas. This is illegal action. If you do not comply with this blockade, we will use force. The whole of the United States Navy is ready to force compliance. Now,
Iran is threatening to retaliate if the US do not lift this blockade. One military leader saying that Iran will halt trade in other crucial waterways, including the Persian Gulf, the Red Sea, and the Sea of Oman. That military leader saying that they view these maritime restrictions as a violation of the current ceasefire. Now, this comes as the Washington Post is reporting that 10,000 more US troops are on their way to the region. Donald Trump bolstering their military presence in that area as he's trying to pressure Iran to make a deal, and mediators on both sides are trying to get Iran and the US back to the negotiating table with this ceasefire set to expire next week. We've just learned this information from US Central Command. They say that this
wow, that's so what's happening is that the US says that the US is telling people that they're trying to make a deal, but war is in their heart, man, and they're trying to. When they say make a deal, they're trying to be in full control. You answer this to for me is that the U.S. has said several things. One of the things they've said is that they threatened Russia and China and said don't be giving any arms to Iran, but in the Ukraine. When Ukraine and Russia was at war, they were giving weapons to Ukraine. This man speaks with a forked tongue. He's a hypocrite. All of this that they're doing, these wars that they're making, is to stay in power. To keep their hand or keep their grip on the earth. Because the Lord has determined their time, and their time is winding down to an end. Let's get that. Let's go to Job chapter 14, verse 4. It says, who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one. seeing that his days are determined, the number of months are with thee. Thou hast appointed a bounds that he cannot pass. You know, so when his time is up, and he know he's getting to the end. You know, his time, his time here in rulership, this is what I'm trying to say, is coming to an end. But he takes the sword that the Lord gave him, and it's then drove him mad. His power that he has, he really thinks that he's warrant to do the things that he's doing. Even if they're unrighteous, even if they're pure wicked, even if he tell a barefaced lie to do it, he'll do it because he has the power to. Let's go to, let me prove that. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 47, verse 10. It says, for thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me. Thy wisdom and thy knowledge, it has perverted thee. And thou hast said in thy heart, I am, and none else besides me. This is the spirit of this devil, man. You know, all he think about is, when he says, I am, none else besides me, all he think about in his mind is that what he wants, you know, and never mind the earth, never mind the treaties he set, never mind the contract he signed, never mind the ceasefire. You know, you saw they set that ceasefire, and you know who went over there and just bombed, you know. I am and none else besides me. That's the spirit that this devil has on him, you know. So what's going to happen in the whole gist of it, what's going to happen in the end is that the Lord's going to take him out of power. His days are numbered, and he knows it, you know. I want to go to, I want to prove something else. Let's go to Obadiah chapter 1, verse 6. All of these countries that America set treaties with and went back on their word is now against America. And you know, the Bible talks about it. Let's go to Obadiah chapter 1, verse 6. It says, how are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border, and the men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. Thy that ate thy bread have laid a wound under thee, and there is none understanding in them. So these men that America made wealthy, you know, because of their unrighteous dealings, are now against America, you know, and they're looking to destroy America, you know, and that's what you're seeing right here in 3D. You're seeing this play out right before you, you know. I want to give all praises and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rekakadash. Double honors goes to the elders and apostles of GMS. Salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom to next time, Lord willing. Shalom.